Last time on this shit, I got really lucky and locked myself out of Slayer again, and while that was great, I am still stuck in the cursed 99 runecrafting chunk. And this is a very hard grind for me because I don't have the Wizard's Tower unlocked, so I can't do rune masteries, which means no essence mining and of course no Guardians of the Rift. I am currently 88 runecrafting and I got that way by killing Minotaurs, getting around 900 pure essence an hour and making those into smoke runes by combining pure essence and air talisman and air runes at the fire altar in Algorit. But lucky for me, Jagex actually added the Royal Titans boss to my chunks, which drop desiccated pages. And I can turn these desiccated pages into soaked pages, granting me 50 runecrafting experience per page. If I focus, I'm pretty sure I can get 8k runecrafting XP an hour this way, and that means 99 runecrafting will only take me 1000 hours. Instead of the probably 1600 hours it would have taken at Minotaurs. And you know, the funny thing is that I'm not gonna kill a single Royal Titan. For two reasons. It costs a lot of supplies, like food and prayer potions, which I cannot easily replenish and I need to be very conservative with. And Royal Titans is very click intensive, which means I have to focus all the time, I can't AFK, which means I can't play on my other account and I really want to play on that one. So instead of doing the fastest way, we're gonna do the absolute slowest way possible. I'm gonna get 840,000 pure essence at Skeletal Wyverns. It's gonna take me 40,000 Skeletal Wyvern kills to actually get enough pure essence to get to level 99 runecrafting, but it's very AFK and it actually gives me supplies instead of costing supplies. They drop a lot of prayer potions and eddy bars and adamant and rune bolts, for example, and of course they have dragon bones as a drop, which means I can actually train prayer alongside runecrafting. And of course prayer is very dangerous for this account because I do not have an altar unlocked, so training prayer is extremely hard for me. Alright, so here we are, Skeletal Wyverns once again. Of course I already got the Draconic Visage from these guys and now I only need over 800,000 pure essence from them. Sounds like a lot when you say it like that. But since the last time I was in the Skeletal Wyvern cave, they added a weakness to fire spells. 25% weakness, not the greatest, but it still improves my accuracy a lot when using fire spells. Using my new Twin Flame staff with Fire Wave, I'm getting a pretty great accuracy, and the average kill time is also pretty decent compared to like what I was using before, which was a rune crossbow and eddy bolts, 90 seconds opposed to 67. I only have a limited amount of blood runes though, around 100k, which is gonna run out probably pretty soon. I can't buy new ones yet. I can buy death runes, but as you can see those are not the greatest. They have a lower max hit with the fire blast spell. I could use my crossbow, which is pretty fast, but Revenant Ether is pretty important and I don't really want to grind for that anymore. I think I have like 800,000 of it. I want to save it. I might use a little bit of Revenant Ether, but not too much. So if that runs out, I'm probably gonna make ruby bolts and use my rune crossbow again, which is a little slower than using the Twin Flame staff, but it's not too bad. As you can see, it has a pretty high max hit, so kill time 86 seconds, not too shabby. I think when my runes run out, I have to go for that one. But it's nice that I finally am getting some upgrades like the Twin Flame staff. Of course, my setup is still not the greatest compared to like endgame gear, but for me it's actually pretty awesome. As you can see, I'm kind of ripping through these guys, and overall this is pretty chill and it's gonna give me a lot of pure essence and resources, of course. Alright, so that is the plan for today, but before we continue, I would like to talk to you about this video sponsor, Creator Crafted. This is their biggest sale of the year. They are running a site-wide discount on LED signs, mouse mats, statues, pins and so much more. They make the perfect gift for any RuneScape fan and arrive in time for the holidays. They have a brand new Duke statue, 3 new desk mats, and of course these new keycaps for over your F keys. And okay, I know what you're thinking. Am I, Limpwurt, the man who famously doesn't use F keys, trying to sell you keycaps for your F keys?
Yes.
So be quick, once these items sell out they won't return for the year. Click my link in the description or use my code FKEYS for an additional 15% off the site-wide Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. And we're back. And a little while later, 1,000 kills under the belt. Here we can see 13,000 pure essence. Pretty nice. Probably averaging around 40 kills an hour. And something I forgot to say is that I actually was kind of running out of useful seeds. And now I can get Snapdragon and Raynor seeds from these guys, which is pretty helpful because those are gonna help with the old herblore grind. I want to have 99 herblore banked before I roll that chunk, so this is obviously very helpful. This place is now actually infested with bots. Last time it didn't used to be this bad, but there were a few bot farms I guess, but now it's just every world, like 6 of these guys in the cave, and they're just very annoying trying to steal your kills and stuff. So I'm really hoping there's gonna be another bot crackdown so the caves become less crowded, but you never know, of course. And there go the last of the blood runes. I ran out so fast, but even though it's inefficient, I have a lot of death runes banked, so I might as well use those. I'm not using them for anything else, so yeah, might as well use them on wyverns. I'm probably gonna run out of those pretty quick too. And after that I'm gonna have to use ranged, but resource management at wyverns is pretty hard. I'm constantly running out of ammo. Even the last time when I was hunting the Visage, I was always out. If I could get a Dragonfire shield, then I could melee them, but yeah, of course I don't have Oziak unlocked, so I actually can't get the Dragonfire shield. It would have been a huge upgrade, but it wasn't in the cards for this grind, unfortunately. But here we can see the pure essence stack. I had 210k from last wyvern grind, and now I have 280k. 90k death runes I'm gonna use, of course, for killing more. But yeah, but 280k is obviously a lot. I'm 1/3 of the way there already. I still have hundreds of hours to go at these guys, and after that I'm gonna have to runecraft them, of course, for the XP. But I have good hopes. I actually think this is gonna be quite a fun grind, because I actually really don't dislike rune crafting. I actually think it's pretty chill, especially combination rune crafting, which is pretty fast for me. And in true Onechunk fashion, I missed the prayer level. 83 prayer. I'm burying most of the wyvern bones I get here. Also banking some in case I ever get a saw and I can make an altar in my POH. You never know, but yeah, pretty slowly gaining prayer levels, so this is not a useless grind by any means. I'm getting a lot of other stuff. Alright, I'm doing a little experiment with my mate here. He actually venomed the skeletal wyvern, and if I kill it, I actually get a kill credit. If I venomed all the wyverns with another account and then just did one hit with my Ironman, I could get hundreds of extra kills and it would speed up the grind a lot, but I'm absolutely not gonna do that. I think this is very against the spirit of the game mode, and honestly I think this should be patched. And I'm out of death runes already. Yeah, that went pretty fast. So I'm gonna have to use ranged now. But if we look at the loot tracker, it's not entirely accurate. I played on my laptop and something in RuneLight fucked up. So I think it should be closer to 10,000 kills, but in the end it doesn't matter. All that matters is the pure essence stack at the end. Okay, I'm using the crossbow for a bit. I'm only going to use 100,000 Revenant Ether. That way it won't make too much of a dent in my ether supply. But yeah, it is a pretty good weapon. I'm actually killing these quite fast, but it is absolutely not sustainable in the long run. 84 prayer, finally got a level, and of course extra prayer levels are always welcome. They make prayer potions last a lot longer. Here's an example of a very good trip. 2,000 pure essence in about an hour. One trip takes about an hour, and then I have to go and replant my crops. Also a lot of prayer pots. So yeah, I'm actually, as you can see, getting so much supplies, which is nice. And I'm already out of Revenant Ether. That went really fast, 100k gone. So yeah, I'm gonna have to bite a bullet and make a lot of ruby bolts enchanted. Probably gonna take me a couple of hours, but then I am back to the wyvern caves. I did a lot of enchanting, but unfortunately enchanting ruby bolts takes a blood rune, which I did not know. But yeah, I did have a few wyverns drop blood runes. I'm gonna enchant the rest later. And I'm also running out of cosmic runes, so I'm probably gonna have to do something about that. So I'm probably gonna use ruby bolts for the rest of this grind, unless I run out of rubies, but wyverns drop a lot of rubies, like 10 at a time, so I should be good. I forgot about one thing though. If you hit with the ruby bolt spec, you actually lose some of your own health, which means, yeah, I'm gonna be permanently at low health. It can't kill you, but I have to safe spot them correctly so they can't hit me, because if I die, I have to de-aggro them again, and it takes like 10 minutes and some prayer pots. And what is this? Another Visage that makes that grand total 2. Oh, it looks so good. Yes. I don't really have like use for a second Visage, but I guess I could make a placeholder DFS when I can make one. But otherwise, if I ever need money again, I might even have to elk it. I know that's kind of blasphemous, but yeah, sometimes you just need money, man. Okay, here we go. 10k Wyverns on the loot tracker. Of course, it should be like 14k, but we don't talk about that anymore. 145k pure essence. I'm a little under the drop rate. I calculated that, but yeah, the other supplies looking absolutely great. I'm getting a lot of money and ammo, and yeah, this actually is pretty chill. I really like it, especially now I'm training prayer again after so long of not being able to do so. And 400k pure essence in the bank, almost halfway done, and look at it. It is beautiful. Ran out of ruby bolts and got a little crafting level. Looks pretty nice. Crafting is also one of those skills that I could knock out pretty quickly, but it's nice to do a little bit of work before I actually roll the crafting guild and have to get 99. Alright, almost 12,000 kills on the loot tracker. I want to do something a little bit different, and as you guys might be able to remember, I now have 32 quest points, so that means actually champion scrolls now drop from certain monsters, like giants, skeletons, imp, goblins, giants and earth warriors. And I actually want to get the imp champion scroll, because I want to do a lot of them on stream, like collecting the champion scrolls, killing the monsters. But imps are so annoying that I want to do it off screen, because yeah, it's just a pain. They teleport around and stuff, and you can lose them, or they get stuck in walls or something. So I can see if I can knock the imp champion scroll out first. The drop rate is of course 1 in 5,000, which is pretty high, but I can kill them quite fast, I hope. Normally you would get the imp champion scroll from Karamja Volcano. There are like tons of imps there, but I don't have that one unlocked. But there are 3 spawns here south of Valador, and I can actually get a decent amount of kills per hour here. So let's see if I can actually get that scroll, and I hope I don't get dry, because that would be annoying. I was using darts first, but they tend to teleport when you hit them a lot, so I'm upgrading to my Vigorous Chain Mace, and as you can see, I have to wait a little bit in between kills, but it's actually going pretty well. Look, this is what I mean. I have to get them all the way there and long range it, but yeah. That is the kind of struggle of the imp champion scroll. They teleport around. Alright, and I am now officially dry. Yeah, I'm dry as shit. 8,000 kills, no champion scroll. I'm hoping that it actually drops and I'm not getting pranked or something. But yeah, I hope I get it soon, because I've been here for a few days. This is just kind of annoying. One nice thing about this grind is that I'm pretty close to my only herb patch, so I can do a little bit of farming in between killing imps. Oh, it happened. Yes, yes, yes. The imp champion scroll. Look at it. I can now face the champion of imps. Alright, let's murder this guy. I'm probably quite overqualified for this fight. 3 hits and... no, 4 hits and he's gonna be down. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's not a lot of Slayer XP, but I believe there's a chest where we can get some more. I don't know why it just doesn't give me off the bat, but oh well. There it is. The chest of champions. Let's see. The lamp. Oh, that's pretty decent. 1600 XP. Nice. And I got like the old imp banner on the wall. The old gnome face. Very nice. I did go a bit dry though, almost 2 times drop rate, not quite, but it could have been a lot worse. Some people went like 30,000 imp kills and no champion scroll, and I can teleport out of here. Alright, I guess let's continue doing wyverns. An 85 prayer, it's gonna look very nice in the stat menu. Spirit shield. That's actually good if I ever roll the mega death chunk, which is Scorp. And another Visage, pretty good, pretty good. Oh, look at it. It just looks so cool. I've been actually getting pretty lucky with the Visages. I don't have much use for many more of them, but yeah, it's nice to have. Alright, so 446k pure essence, over half of what I need, which is very nice, but I also need some other stuff to craft smoke runes, which is 840,000 air runes, which I can easily buy, but I also need a lot of rings of dueling, over 4,000 and 2,200 binding necklaces, but I already got those, so that's not a problem. But the biggest problem I have is that I need 30,000 air talismans, and I have a rather tedious way of getting those, which is getting them from Horacio. Because I can't go to the Wizard's Tower to complete the Room Mysteries quest, I can get infinite air talismans from him because he has severe Alzheimer's. And he doesn't seem to remember that he actually already gave me 30,000 air talismans like a year ago. So I'm gonna use that to my advantage and collect another 30,000 air talismans from him. But first I tackled my Rings of Dueling problem. I world hopped until I got enough of these emeralds that the gem trader in Algarad sells. These only restock every 5 hours, so this took a while. And I actually had to craft some extra cosmic runes because I had run out. And of course I now have Xenorez unlocked. Also 89 rune crafting, I was very close to that level. But I had to craft a few cosmic runes. And after a few days of collecting gems and making them into rings and then enchanting them, I finally had enough rings and I could start on the next part of this, which was actually to collect all of the air talismans. And this process is tedious as fuck. 30,000 air talismans, that's a lot. As you can see, you have to click through this dialog box every time, drop it, and when you get 26 you have to pick them up and note them, and the process continues. This is gonna take a while. I get like 350 of these air talismans an hour, so yeah, casual 100-hour grind here, but it has to be done. I need to get all the supplies for actually crafting almost 1 million smoke runes, but it's all worth it because in the end I will have 99 rune crafting and I can leave the chunk, of course, after getting all the champion scrolls, but that shouldn't be too big of a problem, I hope. Would you look at that, almost 12,000, took me like I want to say 5 days to get this much, but I'm feeling motivated and I think I can actually grind this out pretty fast. And yeah, in the end it's all about the motivation, I guess. Right now I have the motivation to grind this out, so I want to take advantage of that. And here we go, halfway done. Oh man, look at that. It does look nice, the big stack. Thank you very much, Sleepy Horacio, for all your talismans. And another 5k more for you guys. This probably is like a 1 minute segment, but for me this was 2 weeks of pure grind. Oh man, 350 of these things an hour. This is not fast at all, but has to be done. Alright, we're done. Oh Jesus Christ, it was a grind and a half, I tell you. Okay, so air talismans collected. I had to abuse this elderly man, of course, to get them, but it doesn't matter, I got them. Actually, now I have all that stuff. In the next episode I want to actually craft them into runes. I think I have enough for like 4 million rune crafting XP now. So that should be exciting, actually doing some rune crafting instead of just preparing. Of course, I do realize that the sailing update has dropped. Sorry for not mentioning that before, but I kind of feel like this is a huge update and it really needs a dedicated video to explain everything that's gonna happen, how this is gonna affect my Onechunk account, and especially the chunk rolls. How are they gonna work now? So look forward for that. That should be next month. And of course there should be also a regular video next month in which I try my hand at more very exciting rune crafting content. So look out for that. But thank you very much for watching, and a very special thank you to the channel members. I literally cannot make the series without them. So thank you very much to aka Roommate, Poggies, Decodedlar, LB Kellner, Kelden Nichols, Faber, Atlas K, UIM Evan, Andros, Snockball1, Unsliced, Loxins, Penguin Meat, Jurn Scullen, X2 Light, Sam, Kurnai, JVH92, Carlos Rivadi, J-Balls, Apex Eternals, Rennek, Scrump, Brandon Nielsen, Tyler Contrino, Iron Wire, Reese Benden, Sidestar, Josh Nador, Sifu, Mitchell Chamberlain, Ajax, Austin Gazellin, Manam to Good, Sean the Sheep, Timbus, Me Eat Books, Gengar Legend, Rabby, Redred, Tank Killer, Sir Slaughter, Icaro, FHNN, Dale, Grunt Life, Rhino Child, Michael Lots of Numbers, Lost, Michael Wolf, Biggest MHG, Frixis, Sheep, Captain's Mast, Baked Egg, Jacob Jones, Wolf K, Bob M40, By the Pigs, James C, Not Now, Arthur Brosse, Henry Schwagler, Colin, Cheems, Potato for the Win, Benji, Tim, Mercury, Jake Barger, Lucas Swartz, Thomas Molina, Avars Bertelsens, Andres, Catcroll, Death to Communism, Sneaky Fox JM, Gabe Kukla, Oliver Voss, Lucas Valley, Duncan Willis, Control Troll, OB, The Smout, James Bailey, Ripkin, Blank, PB Bizer, and of course all the other amazing channel members you can see on screen right now. And thank you to Creator Crafted. Be sure to shop before the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale ends. This is the best savings of the year, and with my code FKEYS you can save an additional 15% on top of the site-wide sale.